This is a story of boy meets girl, but you should know up front, this is not a love story.
What's going on, y'all? On today's show, we're going to be talking about crazy, nasty, dusty Lucas and how he's obsessed with Officer Tatum and is having a whole cry session. We're also going to discuss Mizkif's lawsuit with Asmon Gold and how that didn't really go too well. And we're going to talk about how Destiny and David Pakman, or David Wackman as I like to call him, how they both are calling out Hassan Piker. It's woke on woke crime out here in these streets. And Jack Reacher is talking about the Steam files. This is about to get crazy. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also subscribe if you haven't, and hit the hype button. Why not? Show some love. Drop some comments too as well. All right, let's get straight into it.
Oh my goodness.
Shut up, bitch!
So apparently the non-amazing Lucas, aka the amazing bottom, he is crying about Officer Tatum. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because he doesn't hate white people, apparently. Let's take a look at this.
Been following the story ever since, the parents came out talking about, oh, we need to have, peace. Okay, please don't cause any harm. We have to have a celebration, for his funeral to celebrate his life and yada, 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 yada. I don't deal with that. Okay. Especially if we're suspecting foul play, which is clearly apparent, right? It doesn't take anyone with an IQ above room temperature to, at bare minimum, the narrative that has been given to everyone doesn't seem on the up and up. Doesn't seem accurate, right? We know that nobody leaves anywhere, goes anywhere without their phone, much less an 18-year-old kid. That's not what's going on. I don't care if there's a girl, a boy, a dog, an alien. You're not leaving without your phone. And then the time it took for them to give them the phone and then alleged, messages or pictures that were erased, it's not adding up. But that's besides the point. Like I said, if y'all want peace, y'all get your peace. If y'all don't, want to leave it to the sheriff's department and all that, by all means, you in Mississippi. Okay, I've been to Mississippi, never go back. If anything were to happen to me or mine, I'm going to be the first one in front of a mic and tell y'all to raise hell. I'm not going to be speaking about any peace. I'm not going to speak about any unity. I'm not going to be speaking about any type of, love and law and order. I'm not going to do any of that. None of that. I'm just going to let you know. I'm going to be talking about a pound of flesh.
Lucas want a race war so bad, yo. Lucas, like with all his heart, he's begging and pleading for black people to not like white people, maybe vice versa. It might be better for his content, I guess. He might make more money. He's a grifter. I've been telling people about Lucas for a long time. He has this nasty swindle grift, right? It's both of those combined that he's working and he's never going to let up. It's either that or because Candace Owens turned him down, he has this nasty hate for white people and for people who are black and more successful than him. It's a combination. Just makes him go crazy to where he loses his mind and starts saying crazy things.
Pound of flesh, because that's what's going to be needed. Damn. That being said, I want people to understand that the biggest threat when it comes to this country, it's not racism, it's not white supremacy, it's not any of that. The biggest threat are people who lead you to believe that those things don't exist.
Why does it have to be about race?
That's the biggest threat, okay? Because everyone would like to be moving in a progressive position, right? We would like to be moving forward. But as long as there are those people who are saying, hey, there's not a problem here. What are you talking about? The doctor can't help you. He can't prescribe medicine if you don't even, go to the doctor to begin with. But when you go to the doctor, you say there's not a problem, even though you're bleeding out of your side, right? You got your whole intestines coming out. There's not a problem. I don't need surgery. Someone like that, you can't help them, bro. It just is what it is.
Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. Why does it have to always be about race? Notice that with the non-amazing Lucas, the amazing bottom. You could be talking about cartoons. You're going to be like, hey, Sensei, this is why you never go around the white one. Like, excuse me? How do we get to that? How did that become a thing? The non-amazing Lucas is insane, fam. I do think it's a combination of grifting for money, as well as getting off his nasty hate. And so what? Because people are saying that they don't want to make the Nolan Wells case about race, now you're going after them and attacking them? Come on, man. Not everyone is going to automatically just hate a group of people for no reason besides the color of their skin, like the non-amazing, dusty, crusty. You see, still wearing that hat. Take your hat off, Lucas. I bet your whole puff of dust just fall out. Whenever he take a shower, if he does it with the hat on. When he take his shirt off, he take it off with the hat on, over the hat. He sleep with that hat on.
When you have low IQ black people, they are just ripe for the picking when it comes to the lineage of evil. They look at them first because they know that A, they're low IQ, so they're easy to manipulate, right? In addition to that, they don't have many options because they're low IQ, right? So it makes it easy to throw money at them and to give them their marching orders.
And I can attest to that as a Christian who went to Israel. I spent 2 weeks there with the church, and we had an incredible time. We had only one incident where a small child spit on one of the pastors, and immediately after there was an adult that came by and said, "That's not a representation of who we are. You know, we love you guys. You guys are always welcome here." And I have to say, no adults gave us any grief. We had no issues whatsoever in our experience there. It was actually an amazing experience.
I miss you like a hog miss flop, like a baby miss mammy titty.
When it comes to Nolan Wells, I have not seen anyone do this type of tap dancing for a while now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought it was a lost art. All right, the art of tap dancing, and this boy, because this is a boy's mentality, which is what Tatum has. This boy comes out of nowhere, does a whole report on the Nolan Wells story, but he's doing a report, trying his best, doing his hardest to run obstacle on behalf of the white boy. And I'm not making it racial. I'm just making an observation. That's what makes these Sambo soldiers so lethal, so dangerous. Because who's the person who's trying to defend Nolan Wells?
I'm not making it racial, but I'm making it racial. Dusty Lucas, ladies and gentlemen. That's who just said that dumbness. Dumb and Dumber. This dude I'm not making it racial, but I'm gonna make it racial. Oh, okay. And who's out there defending Nolan Wells? His family, the family's lawyers, a team of people, his friends, actually, media, mainstream media for sure. So, like, I don't know what you're trying to imply or get at, but you're wrong. Once again, for the millionth time, that's what Lucas is. This dude is a clown, bro. Making everything about race, trying to get people to hate each other instead of working together and supporting each other. It's a whole lot of nastiness. Lucas has always been a fraud. That's at least in my personal opinion. I've always been able to tell that he was fake, straight phony.
Trying to defend Nolan Wells. Who's the person that has the same resources, has the same, availability, has the same set up the network to do justice on behalf of Nolan Wells? Who is that person? You tell me who. No one. I haven't seen anyone. He's going out to the beach, inviting his, quote, best friend, sitting down with this kid. Well, tell us what happened. I know they're trying to make it racial. What do you think? You think there's any racial component? Yeah, no. I don't know why people are making this racial. Yeah.
We see Benjamin Crump coming to town, made it about race.
Right.
What's your feeling about that? Do you think that any of this has anything to do with race? Or, because, I mean, obviously something happened to Nolan. It appears that you guys may not have been involved at all. When I say may not, it's no evidence that you were involved at all. You guys had left.
What?
But do you think that there's a racial component to any of this?
Of course not. I mean, I think if Nolan ever felt the most little bit uncomfortable around us, which we never gave him a reason to, but if he did, he wouldn't hang out around us.
In my opinion, if we don't get justice for Nolan Wells, if we come to find out mum's a word, we already know the sheriff is, thumb of especially Mississippi. We come to find out, well, no, person drowned. It is what it is. Mum's a word, that's in the story. I would put the death of this kid, the lack of justice for whatever happened. All right. The fact that we can't come to the truth, forget whether or not he was unalive, forget whether or not he drowned, whatever it is. The fact that we can't come to the truth, I would put that on Brandon Tantrum.
Up his what? Yo, edit that out. Like that was yo. You can leave this into edited note. Please pause that, muted something. What is Lucas on, yo? Hey, yo, thumb up. Why did your brain go to that? Lucas always takes it there. Like I've noticed that about the amazing Dusty. The amazing Bottom is what they've been calling him in the streets. I see why. You trying to teach people your ancient techniques? Lucas is a freak. Lucas is a freak through and through. He's nasty. The streamer Mizkif lost his lawsuit. That sound crazy, right? My bad. I'm high. The streamer Mizkif recently lost his lawsuits with Asmongold. Yeah, it was never gonna go well for Mizkif at all. Let's look at Legal Mindset breaking it down and Asmongold reacting to it. Lost his lawsuit. Come on. That's not funny, a little. Okay, maybe I'm just high. Maybe.
Mizkif taking an epic court fail as Asmongold gets a giant W. First, we need to get into this law called the Ending Forced Arbitration of Assault and Harassment.
This was so fucking retarded.
Act, right? So it is a specific act involving a specific type of, once again, legally, right? We're talking about legal definitions here of SA or SH. And this was meant to keep people who signed pre-dispute arbitration agreements from being forced into silence. This is meant to keep victims from being essentially bullied by these agreements, which they may have signed without really thinking about it, or maybe even under duress, or saying, hey, you're not going to get this job or position, or we're not going to enter into this agreement with you unless you sign this. So essentially, this is to stop victims from being bullied and forced into these secretive agreements that might go down during an arbitration. Plaintiff, that's Mizkif, claims that the word involving in an SA dispute definition is so broad as to make the EFAA's treatment of SH and SA entirely different. So he's trying to break those things out for his own benefit to make his case. However, both definitions contain broad language involving, related to, but neither sweeps so broadly as to mean the person alleging conduct constituting an SH dispute or SA dispute.
That's right.
I.e., the person who may elect to avoid arbitration is in fact the person accused of or denying either SA or SH.
He was the one that was accused of this bad behavior, and he's trying to use a law that protects victims of the bad behavior. That's the precedent that he was trying to use.
Yeah, that sounds like something Mizkif would do. He must have had a Better Call Saul lawyer. He was like, I'm going for everybody. Now, the whole case of him and Emma Rule, that's a different situation, and I believe I did speak on that. But when it comes to him and Asmongold, yeah, I don't think he has any kind of evidence or proof that what Asmongold did was either slander or using his platform to boost anything. He himself did a bunch of crazy things, but now is pretending to be the victim. No, Asmongold was just speaking and giving his opinion on the nasty things that you were doing or alleged to do. It just is what it is. But Mizkif, instead of focusing on what he should focus on, which is the whole Imaru case, now he's focusing on anyone who even mentions his name. He's going to go demon time on them. He's going to go Mizkif time out here in these streets. That's crazy. That's not, I didn't mean, my bad.
And the judge did not buy that at all whatsoever.
That's right.
In fact, they go out to say that we're going to reject that argument and take up the recommendation of the magistrate judge, Susan.
What a fucking surprise that using a law that's meant to protect victims when you're the one who is being accused didn't work. What a fucking weasel.
TK, Mythic, King, their motion to compel arbitration is granted. So they win. So Mythic, OTK, and King, they're getting what they want, which is arbitration. So they're taking a win there. Amaru's motion to dismiss is denied. So Amaru does take an L here, and Mizkif does get a tiny W, but plaintiff Miss Riendo, that's Mizkif, shall submit a more definite statement on or before August 10th. So we're going to have in just a week or two, or 2 weeks, Raul, at this point, we're going to have him coming forward with this, identifying each statement that Amaru said, which alleges to be defamatory. So he's going to have to go and pick out every single specific statement, including exact quotes from her live stream. So before, Mizkif was being vague, saying that, oh, I've been defamed, etc., but he wasn't saying this exactly is the thing.
Yeah, I don't think Mizkif ever had anything to stand on that came to the lawsuit against Asmongold at all. Definitely not. Now, some people that have sued him, they might have something to stand on. They might. I'm not even speaking about Imaru. That's a whole different situation. If you guys want me to dive deeper into that, I will. But I have spoken about that, and there's a lot of things that this guy Mizkif did do that was proven that he admitted to. That was foul. Straight foul. He was out here wilding out. In fact, played a nasty song for the phone incident. Talking about I just threw my phone on the bed. Played a nasty song.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
Throwing phones on the bed. Yeah, all right. Okay. But yeah, when it came to the Asmongold situation, I don't think that Asmongold did anything wrong at all. He was just, I guess you could say Mizkif was just frustrated. That's all it seemed like. And he was trying to take out his anger on the world, more specifically streamers who weren't rallying behind him in his defense.
And the last part is how it harms him. So even if he's able to say, okay, here's a quote, this is not true, but if it has no harm, then it's not going to be something that's going to be actionable, right? So now he's got to jump through all of these hurdles, even with Amaru. So while he gets that W, he's got to put in work, him and his lawyers, to go through with each statement and say exactly how that harms him. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge for him. And let's see how his lawyers and him come up with that response. The other thing here is that Asmon gets the win. It's finally ordered that defendant Hoyt's amended motion to dismiss count is granted. So boom, Asmon gets the W. However, it's dismissed without prejudice, and that's signed July 10th by Robert Pittman, U.S. District Judge. So just
oh, geez, guys. Oh, man. It looks like suing somebody after that person comes out and says that there are other people that want to accuse you of something, and I'd be willing to fund their legal bills so they'd be able to do it with a degree of security. It turns out that suing a person so they can't do that, oh, man. Maybe it didn't work out too well.
It is possible, theoretically, hypothetically, it is possible that Mizkif could refile later against Asmongold. So while Asmongold's
they can lose twice.
Yeah, Mizkif need to just move on, bro. You lost. Hold your L. Preferably right here, right on around the forehead region. Hold it proud. Hold it right there. I remember I made somebody do that in real life. I forgot what they did, but it was something so stupid. I was like, hold your L up. Hold it right there. Put it on your forehead. Wear it proud. And they really did it. Oh, man. But yes, I think someone needs to have that moment with Mizkif. Hey, put it right there. Hold that. Be proud. Loser. But it is what it is. Maybe I'm just crazy. Crazy! The woke Avengers, aka Destiny and David Pakman, are going after Hassan Piker, and it's hilarious. Let's start with Destiny. He's saying that he might even sue. Now that would be funny.
So like if I were to sue Hassan for defamatory speech, I should be able to sue Twitch as well. I think they should be a defendant on that. Because in my mind, if they've obviously been fairly selective about who they allow on the platform, and then the CEO makes his preferences known as well. So how is that not seen as an endorsement of the speech from the platform? I think it's strange to say that you hide behind the nebulous cloud of 230 to say, well, we're not choosing, what speech to platform. These are just all content creative things. I was like, well, very clearly, it seems to be there's some kind of preference given for some speech over another. So how do you have no liability for the type of speech that's being hosted? Yeah.
Right. Well, I think Destiny has a case, to be clear.
If Destiny sue Hassan Piker, boy, would that be funny. Not only would it be great content for my channel, I'm going to cover it. Damn well. I'm talking about that. Not only that, but it will make Hassan so mad, yo. He'll cry all day. He'll probably cry at that clip. Hassan will cry if you look in his direction. Because that's what Hassan does. He is a crybaby woke loser that I don't think anyone that has integrity has any respect for him at all. Speaking of no integrity, David Pakman with his nasty, I gotta talk about Donald Trump all day, every day self. He apparently is calling out Hassan Piker for his extreme lefty tendencies and how he's destroying the Democratic Party. Whatever.
There is a small group of far left extremists
They're not
gaining
small.
influence inside youth groups.
There's a lot
and
of you.
party organizations.
There's a lot of them.
Because they spend all day online organizing and enforcing ideological purity and attacking anyone who disagrees.
That's right.
Now, let me be very clear. I am not talking about people who want Medicare for all and affordable housing. I want all that stuff. I'm with all that stuff. I'm a social democrat in the style of Northern.
Didn't you know, if you want Medicare for all and you want social democratic welfare systems to help people that are underprivileged, if you want that, you have to also support Hamas and engage in terrorism. Sorry, but it's either Hamas and healthcare or no healthcare and you can be an American. It's a 2-for-1.
Europe. Of course I want those things. These are folks who treat political warfare like a full-time job. And when they can't...
Because they don't
build their own coalition, they attach themselves to popular causes. They take real concerns about...
Like a parasite does, by the way. It's exactly what I've called these people.
Healthcare, housing, police misconduct, and use them to sell what is actually an authoritarian worldview. Now, there are things in DSA, for example, Democratic Socialists of America.
I think that there's like an army of people. They're coordinated, they're organized. They may well even be supported by bots and state actors. And they are mobilizing on TikTok and Twitter, and they absolutely can shift the narrative. I mean, watch what happens to David Pakman now.
Yeah.
I was talking to him and I told him exactly what was going to happen. And it's all happening. Well, I was like, here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a massive disinfo, anti-Semitic hate campaign against you across Twitter and TikTok.
Yep. Already happening. They're
going to target your children and your extended family. Mm-hmm. He's been added to the list. And basically, he's a Zionist now of the worst order. Yep. And basically, he'll be outcast as much as possible.
You know, it's wild when David Wackman, aka woke Avenger times 10, he want to be Captain America, but he more like the woke, non-talented Hawkeye. He on that type of time. You know it's bad when he calling you out. That shows you that you on top of the nasty, because he already nasty. With his grift that he got going, this dude done 5 videos on Donald Trump since you started watching this video. Since you clicked on this, he dropped 5 of them joints like he Dylon, but he don't spit hot fire. He's a grifter. And even he's like, oh yeah, this guy's bad. We can't let him into the fold. I bet, because Hassan is nasty. And even woke people are seeing it. The actor that plays Jack Reacher had a lot to say about the Steen files. Let's get into it. He pretty much was expressing everyone's frustration with it.
People, I think, are a little bit afraid of me because they're like, he's a loose cannon. And I'm not. I'm just saying the shit that everybody should say if they give a shit about humanity, you know? And why am I the exception to the rule? Bitch, everybody else speak up. You are all feeling the same thing, you idiots. Like get loud and stop like kowtowing to the wrong people. Stop bowing down to people that like have power. You got power too, man. And power in numbers, dude. You know what happened if like everybody felt like me? Everybody felt like I got to be careful. I left Dax Shepard. I just did Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard. And I went on a goddamn rant that I left I was like, that's just not, man, it's just not me. I shouldn't say those things because people are going to start to get like, he's scary.
No.
But I just like, dude, he goes, I love Dax. I had the best time on his show. And he goes, maybe you should let go of that stuff. And I'm like, let go. I was like, everybody else should have it. Everybody else should feel like I feel.
The world is on fire.
Mad about the way things are and the abuses that are happening. The Epstein files. The fucking Epstein files. God damn it. Where are they? It's a law, bitch. Show it. You files. I shouldn't say fuck because I'm a Christian and people are going to go like, how can you say fuck?
That's facts though. Yeah, nah. We should have known what was going on already. I'm just not surprised. Usually when people bring it up, I'm like, you thought that they really was going to put that out? I'll be surprised if they do put it out. All the people that's probably on there that have power, they ain't never letting that out there. I'm a little iffy about even speaking about this now. Hopefully this could be edited in a way where I don't get in trouble. Wink, wink. Please don't let him 86 my ish into the powers that be that's watching. Hey, I'm not even going to try to kiss ass. I'm probably going to be screwed either way. They watch me. They've been watching me for some time, and I've been speaking against the system for a while. But yes, I agree with Jack Reacher. Yeah. Maybe we should have him go talk to the people that's the powers that be. We've already seen how he gets down with the person where he was riding a bike in his neighborhood. So imagine you put him in front of the powers that be. Hey, with Steam files, we gonna get some answers. That's for damn sure. I would rather put my faith in Jack Reacher than whoever the hell is a politician. I'll tell you that.